First alert on some alarming statistics. Researchers say St. Louis and Missouri are leading the nation in the number of consumers facing debt collection lawsuits as more people are struggling with debt. Consumer investigator Heather Sullivan shows you how consumers can be sued for debt and the steps you can take to avoid it.
I didn't really see myself getting out of this situation.
It's been a tough 2 years for Florissant resident Britton Coyle.
I had moved out to Seattle, lost a job about 6 months after I got there. My dog also got cancer as well, so breaking a lease, which cost me $9,000.
Coyle says he started falling behind on credit card payments.
They were definitely giving me calls often. I would say probably twice a day at one point.
The number of consumers struggling with debt is growing. In fact, January Advisors reports St. Louis leads the nation in the growth of consumers being sued for unpaid debt, up nearly 200% since 2019. The Pew Charitable Trust reports 70% of consumers sued nationwide end up with default judgments, often because they don't appear in court.
Which just means that they can then go after a garnishment or a lien against property.
Here's how the process works.
At about the 3-month mark is usually when it gets charged off to a third-party collection agency or it gets sent to collections. That is very damaging to your credit score because at that point you've missed 3 payments, so you've got dinged 3 times.
If debt collectors are not able to settle the debt before the statute of limitations, 5 years in Missouri and Illinois, that's often when they'll file suit. But bankruptcy isn't a consumer's only option to resolve debt. A reputable credit counseling agency can negotiate with creditors on their behalf.
Can you talk a little bit more about how a credit counselor can help in a situation like this?
We can work with the creditor to set up a repayment plan and do a settlement. In other words, typically they'll take about half of or however much you owe once it's in a collection status.
Coyle says he avoided collections by turning to the nonprofit Money Management International, which negotiated lower interest rates with his credit card lenders.
From 29% down to, I think, 11% and 9% respectively. So the debt that was going to take 30 years to pay off will now only take 3 to 4 years.
And more good news. He says his dog Stitch is now cancer-free.
And if you are struggling with debt, you can find nonprofit credit counselors through the National Foundation for Credit Counseling. I've put a link for you on the First Alert 4 News app and our website. Heather Sullivan, First Alert 4.